Tibial plateau fracture recovery people. If you are struggling going up and down stairs, this video is for you. This was my knee. And this was me 6 weeks and 2 days later after my surgery dancing salsa. Now, that might not be your goal, but I bet you want to get back to life and you want your knee, your broken knee, to be a thing in the history. That is possible. However, the more clients I have, the more I realize that usually the physical therapy is starting like 6 to 8 weeks after your surgery. This is a disaster. We need you to learn how to do this stuff on your own or your knee is not going to get better. Please don't take that as a threat. Take it as a promise. I know from my knee and looking at all my other clients and seeing the Facebook groups and the disasters of what can happen if we don't take care of what we need to take care of. The good news is it's massively easy. You just need to do a little bit every day. So with that being said, please stay tuned, watch these exercises, let me know if you have any questions, and sooner than later you're going to be taking stairs up and down as if you never broke your knee. All right, so with that being said, exercise number 1, I love to start with the mobility because that kind of opens the area up and neurologically relaxes everything, but yet optimizes everything to move correctly. So with that being said, you can see the foam roller is directly above my kneecap. Maybe you can see it better in the other camera. And I am literally just rolling my leg right to left. Now I'm gonna lift my leg up just so you can see that the foam roller is more pushed to one side so it doesn't get in the way of my other leg. This just makes it more comfortable. And from here, I can literally just chill and roll my leg right and left. And I can also go a little bit onto my left side and roll the inside or outside, of my leg here. This is actually my broken leg, the one you saw in the beginning, in the picture with the 7 screws and 1 plate. And this is what I still continue to do today because a lot of times that area right above the kneecap called the suprapatellar pouch really gets let's just say kind of like tacked down, and it loses its mobility and ability to just slide and glide with the patella of the knee, so the kneecap. And this is an issue because as we're moving, we really need our leg working with us and not against us. And since we were sedentary for minimum, probably 6 weeks in bed, this has become even worse. The average person at the office has this problem because they just sit too much and we don't move our knee and we don't express this full range of motion in our leg. However, it's even worse for us because, like I said, we were really sedentary and not even able to put weight on our leg. So if you are still non-weight bearing, this is also a great exercise because you can still do this tissue work, get that fluidity back, if you will, within the tissue so it slides and glides, and you do not need to be weight bearing in order to do this exercise. So when you are weight bearing, you're going to recognize that you already feel so much better and that your range of motion is better, which therefore will make your moving much easier because we need flexibility and range of motion, which is kind of synonymous, in order to move better without pain. Now we have the yoga block sitting. So I don't know if you can see these, but I've got 2 yoga blocks underneath my hips, if you will, and where I don't want to necessarily sit on my heels, which if you can, fantastic. This is a bit nice because you see me rocking back and forth, and I'm also raised above my heels. So this is just something that we can hold longer. Now, if you're not able to go this low, that is totally fine. You can grab a ball, a chair, a desk, and you can kind of lean forward in this position and kind of do the same thing. You can probably see me better in that camera there. And also what you can do is you can flip the yoga blocks, let's see if you see that there, in different positions. So you can set them both down like this, you can set one up like this, you can set one down flat and the other one like this. So changing the position of the yoga block, if I go extremely high here, well, I mean, now I'm completely up and I'm on the yoga block. So everyone can find a position which fits or suits them the best. The next thing I want to do is change my foot position so you can see it better in this camera. Maybe I actually angle myself a little bit so we can see it in both, because what I want to do, actually, yeah, maybe just start that over again. Yeah, I think that's a better position. So go ahead and start. Okay, so yeah, good. All right, so now the stretch is the yoga block sitting position. So you're gonna see in both cameras that I have in this case, two yoga blocks, because while I can sit on my heels, that's not what I wanna do. And many of us probably can't do that yet. So with the 2 yoga blocks, or 3 or 4, grab as many as you need, you're able to sit in the position that you can. So for example, if this is still too low, I could use maybe 1 yoga block, stand it up, like this, and then sit in this position, or what I would probably prefer to do is set it like this and then lean on either a chair or a table. You can grab a foam roll, do something like this, and get where you're able to be in a semi-uncomfortable position to start to open up this knee tissue. Now, what I like to do from here is sit in this. I'm gonna move back just a little bit in the camera, I think, so I'm in this camera also. And so what I like to do from here is kind of like rock back and forth and just kind of open up really both knees, because as we are sedentary for so long in the bed, we're gonna start to have some tightness and some lack of movement also in the good leg, huh? And so from here, I just kind of like to rock back and forth like this, and now I want to change my foot position. So with changing the foot position, I'm gonna show you what I mean. I like to come 1 level higher with my yoga block, because then as I bring my toes down, this is gonna mimic the position that your leg is in when you are going downstairs. So the leg in the back, when this is your broken leg, your foot is going to be in a position like this. So this is a fantastic way to start opening up that tissue within the knee, even within the lower leg and the quad, and start to prepare or prep your knee for the next exercise, because bringing in the range of motion is going to help the muscles fire better. It's going to help the nervous system activate better, and it's going to give you a better position for when you're actually literally walking downstairs, because you're not going to have time to do a warm up and a stretch and all this jazz before you go down the stairs. Your body needs to just be ready to do it. So these exercises will prepare you, will strengthen your leg, will bring the range of motion and flexibility back in order for you to naturally start moving better, and especially when you're going up and downstairs. All right, so now the exercises to help us go downstairs. My left leg was my broken leg, so this is the leg I'm gonna kind of dominate in these exercises. So as you see right now, I am purposely bringing my knees over my toes. Now, I'm doing this controlled. I'm not letting them come together. I'm bringing them to a comfortable position, and then I'm coming back. You can keep your heels on the ground, or you can also begin to pick your heels up. You can maybe see it better in this camera here. Both are okay, because what I want to start mimicking is when I go down a stair, look what happens to that back leg. I'm coming in a loaded, interesting flexion position, if you will, of the back foot. And this is a very unique position on the knee that we don't recognize until we have an injury there and we realize how uncomfortable and painful that is. So with that being said, I would start with maybe 20, 30, 40, just kind of bounce in this position with your knees going forward, and then you can kind of pick your heels up a little bit too. From here, I then want to go into like a lunge or a split squat position. So I'm going to be here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put the weight on my good leg, and I'm going to kind of lean forward a little bit. So drive my knee a little bit forward like this, allowing my back knee to also go a little bit forward. So in this case, I'm allowing my knees to move forward in front of my foot, if you will. So a typical like good technique lunge would be like 90 degrees of both. That's not what I want to do right now. I actually want to do just the opposite. I want to kind of drive myself in this position, and I can allow my back heel to pick up, because from here, what I'm going to now do is shift the weight from my front leg to my bad leg. So now, essentially, I'm going to do this exercise right here, and you're going to probably feel it in your calf and maybe a little bit in your knee. But now we are starting to progressively load this back knee and get some strength and power in there, if you will, because I'm coming up with my good leg. What this is going to do is it's going to help me prepare myself and prep myself for as I walk downstairs, because now that is the progression. I want you now to pretend you are stepping off something and coming down from a stair, and you're using this back leg to de-accelerate your motion, and then obviously your front leg catches it. So the point here is we want to mimic this back position of the leg when we're going downstairs. Now that, what I just showed you, is going to be the last exercise. I'm gonna get a little bit more distance between my legs, and now I'm really gonna fire my back leg, and I'm gonna have it almost like a lunge. You can hold on to the table. I will, just because I want to look in the camera and talk at the same time. And I'm gonna really do the same thing like this, but I don't necessarily need to come up now. I can just literally drive through my back leg with my front leg supporting me. And this is gonna be a little bit painful, but this is what's gonna prepare and prep your knee for going downstairs. Now you might feel a crazy burn coming up in your calf, and also some pain in your knee. The issue with this exercise is we've been sedentary for so long that a lot of the muscles in our entire body, nonetheless just our leg, have become weak. So we need to start training them again, and we want to train them in positions that are similar to the positions that we have pain during the day. So like stairs. So even if you want, you could even take a step and do this off of the step to prepare your knee for really understanding what motion you're trying to do when you're going downstairs. But to kind of wrap up this strength exercise thing, the goal of what we're trying to do is get the injured leg behind, and we're trying to mimic this bending position, because if you want, go to a stair, and as you walk down, you will realize that's the same position we are when we are going downstairs versus when we are walking. It's a bit different because we're pushing off and we're going up. On the stair, we are going down, and that is why it is a very unique movement and kind of painful movement within your knee. All right, and the final bonus advanced exercise is to actually do a complete lunge down, come back up, but have a little bit more weight in your back leg, because usually during a typical split squat or lunge, we would drive through the front leg. But right now, I want to change that a little bit. What I want you to do, you can have a table right here. I don't know if you can see it. You can probably hear it. And I'm going to use this because I want to go a bit slow, and I want to assist myself during this exercise. So I'm going to get myself about 90 degrees here, and I'm going to push up with my good leg, and then I'm going to slowly start shifting some of the body weight into my back leg so I can drive through that knee. Now this is going to be similar to taking like a knee when you're listening to a coach speak. The difference is now I'm trying to use, let's see if we can see it, this part of my foot to really drive up through this split squat or lunge. Usually with a weighted lunge in exercise, we're going to be driving through the front of our leg. But right now we are using our body weight, and we're also using the assistance of the table in order to kind of cheat a little bit and put more of that motion and that strength in our back leg. What this is going to do is this is going to force our knee to understand the movement we are trying to do and fire actually during that area and get comfortable with this odd flexion position of our knee when it's in back, stabilizing our body weight, which is exactly what we do when we go downstairs. I can't stress enough how important these exercises are to get you functioning with your knee again. Often I keep hearing that clients are not getting physical therapy for the first like 6 to 8 weeks after their surgery. This is a disaster. We need this to take place sooner, because if not, your knee is going to be absolutely concrete. So if you need help with rehab, take a look at the program below. You can get 50% off with Save 50%. I'll put it in the description below. I believe that's what it is. Come join us for the coaching calls. Come join a private community. Have over 300 videos broken down piece by piece for exactly what you need to do and get your knee fixed, because unfortunately in 2026, you are more on your own than you think you are when it comes to rehabbing your knee.